アメリカンスポーツ番組 TMZ スポーツがスポーツネットロサンゼルスの解説者でドジャース OB のジェリー・ヘアストンジュニアへのインタビューを紹介。ヘアストンはドジャースのチーム状況、そしてブレーブス戦でサヨナラ本塁打を放った大谷の偉大さを語り、大谷翔平が地上最高のアスリートだと絶賛した。
You know, it's amazing. I love the way that they're playing. They're finding different ways to win. I think great teams do that. They have not started playing their best baseball. Freddie Freeman has been out. He was out the entire Atlanta Braves series. He was out the Cubs series in Tokyo as well with an injury. Mookie Betts wasn't playing in the Tokyo series as well. They've had a variety of guys step up. Our bullpen has been outstanding. And, you know, I think that is a sign of a great team when you're able to win ball games that you're not at your best. I just love the comeback last night. Obviously, defensively, you know, didn't go our way the first couple innings. But the Dodgers chipped away. The bullpen kept the Atlanta Braves at bay to 5 runs. And the offense started to chip away. And, of course, Shohei Ohtani came up in the bottom of the 9th inning having a chance to walk him off. He did on his bobblehead. Historic ending, of course, with Hollywood.
Is there anything that surprises you what Shohei does these days?
It doesn't. You know, listen, Aaron Judge in New York is unbelievable. He's the best player in the American League. I think Shohei Ohtani is not only the best baseball player, I think he's the best athlete on the planet right now. No disrespect to Messi, no disrespect to Patrick Mahomes, Jokic, who's having an incredible season again with the Nuggets. But I think right now, the best athlete on the planet is Shohei Ohtani. He does so many things well, runs, hits for power, hits for average, and he's going to be back on the mound shortly. So Shohei Ohtani has that flair for the dramatic. Last season, goes 40-40 on the same day, steals his 40th base, and hits a walk-off to hit his 40th home run that very same day. And we all know about the 50-50 in Miami. But, of course, he hits that home run, that walk-off home run, on his bobblehead night.
We've seen we didn't see, but history shows that the 06 Cubs, 1906 Cubs won 116, the 01 Mariners 116. Realistically, it's not crazy to think that this team can surpass those teams, right?
Well, I mean, listen, you never want to put a cap on this team. That's not their focus. I'm telling you, man, I know that's an old cliche, take one game at a time. These guys, all they care about is winning series. You know, if they win this series, move on to the next series, that's all they care about. Whether they win 105 games, 115 games, 117 games, I don't think they care about that. They really don't. It's all about winning 11 games in the postseason. I know the Braves are off to a slow start. They're still banged up. They'll get Acuna Jr. Sometime, I believe, in May. He's an absolute stud. They're going to be fine. I still think they're going to be a playoff team. They're just too talented. If anybody loses 5, 6, 7 games in a row in July and August, nobody really bats an eye at that because it's a long season. But to open up the season that way, I think, you know, everybody's talking about it. I think the Atlanta Braves are just too talented. I think they'll right the ship. And there's so many good teams in the National League. I believe the Cubs are better. Obviously, the Mets have gotten better with Soto. The Philadelphia Phillies, who we're going to play in Philadelphia coming up starting tomorrow, they're a great team, a hungry team. So there's a lot of good teams around Major League Baseball. I have yet to mention the Padres, the D-backs, and I think the Giants are better. So there's so many good teams in Major League Baseball. This is not the NBA where you have 5 guys on the court and you're playing offense and defense simultaneously. This is Major League Baseball. You got to have your rotation be healthy. You have to have bullpen healthy. You have to have a number of people in sync to be able to win a lot of games. There's so many good teams in the National League.
I see the jersey over your shoulder. You played for that organization also, which was once deemed the evil empire. You'll see a lot of, you know, haters and critics saying what the Dodgers are doing and the money and the deferred money, not good for baseball, but they're playing by the rules. Anything Major League Baseball you think does to try to equal the play, or?
No, the playing field is equal. Everybody's been doing deferred contracts. That's another thing. They were doing deferred contracts before I became a Major League Baseball player. And that was, I'm not going to date myself, but it was years ago, decades ago. So this new deferred thing that people are talking about, this is nothing new. Teams have been doing this for years. And I think it's great for the game, and it gives everybody a chance. So if you're a team, let's say a smaller market team, why don't you go ahead and defer the contract, right? That helps you. So I think the deferrals helps the lesser market or the smaller market teams to be able to keep their players. So listen, no other U.S. sport has more parity than Major League Baseball. The NFL, what have we seen the last several years? Patrick Mahomes and the Kansas City Chiefs in the Super Bowl, along with who? The Philadelphia Eagles have been in the Super Bowl pretty recently as well. They just won one. NBA, Steph, LeBron, those guys are using the NBA Finals. It's not knocking them. These guys are great players in their respective sport. But if you look at Major League Baseball, it is so hard to win. It is so hard to repeat. We haven't had a repeat champion in 25 years. That's how much parity is. And I was just talking about the D-backs just a second ago. They knocked us off a couple years ago. The Padres knocked us off a couple years ago. So there's so much parity in the game. So don't knock what the Dodgers are doing. They're doing everything the right way. They built their organization, right, from the ground up, making sure they have a great foundation with scouting, with development, get our young players. And then we got a couple players that nobody wanted. Go back and look at the offseason when Freddie Freeman was a free agent. Nobody wanted Freddie Freeman, right? Braves got Olsen, who's younger, who's a great player in his own right. They said, you know what, we're going to move on, Freddie. Freddie was a free agent. Dodgers waited till almost at the very end. He goes, we'll take him. You know, nobody's going to sign him. Mookie Betts was traded away from Boston. They wanted to start a new regime and new up-and-coming players, so they traded Mookie Betts away. Don't fault us. We took him and we extended him. So listen, the Dodgers are doing what every other team would want to do. Did what the Yankees did years ago. The Red Sox did it for several years. You know, Yankees are doing it now. You know, they signed MVP or former MVP Paul Goldschmidt. They traded former MVP Cody Bellinger. All great players. So listen, Nomar Garciaparra said it best. They're not mad. They're not ruining baseball. They're the envy of the league. I think that is a great thing. You want to be the envy of the league because Dodgers are doing it the right way.
My last thing, and you mentioned Shohei getting back on the mound. How do they handle that? Is there going to be a rehab at some point? Does he go out? Does he go to get sent down? How do they handle getting him built up to pitch?
That's a great question. Right now, he just threw a bullpen yesterday. So he's getting built up doing his bullpen session. I believe the next move is probably to start to throw against hitters. They'll do some simulated games at the stadium. But because he pitches, because he's our leadoff hitter, he's an everyday player. I don't think he's going to go on a rehab assignment because we need him in the lineup. How crazy is that? Think about saying that. You know, I can't even get the words out because it's so crazy. We can't send him out on a rehab assignment to pitch because he's our leadoff hitter and it really makes our lineup go. So I think he's going to do simulated games. And when he's ready to go, whether it's early May, late May, maybe early June, when he's ready to go, he'll be out on the mound in a big league game.